Today's show is brought to you by Valentine's Day. When you buy something nice for your girlfriend and hope your wife doesn't find out.
KHJ Los Angeles.
Portions of the day's programming are reproduced by means of electrical transcriptions or tape recording.
You're listening to the radio.
The radio program you're currently listening to is both lowbrow and esoteric at the same time.
It's just two guys making out. Relax.
We apologize, but due to the lapse in federal funding, we are unable to take your call.
That is so stupid.
Let's get this radio show started.
Oh, I will be there in 2 flaps of a butterfly's wing.
Wakey, wakey.
What is this?
Wakey, wakey.
Wakey, wakey, rise and shine.
But first,
turn on the radio.
Can I turn on the radio?
Can I turn on the radio?
Hey, mind if I turn on the radio?
Turn the radio on.
You guys mind if I turn on the radio?
Just shut up and turn the radio on.
Put the radio
Just turn the radio on.
Happy World Radio Day.
Okay, everybody, it's showtime.
Yeah, it is. The Mike Show. So happy you could join us right here, right now on Radio 434, the Radio 434 apps, and Radio434.com. Also, we come blaring out of your Alexa device. How? How does that work? Well, you simply enable the skill. You just, one time you say this, Alexa, enable the Radio 434 skill, and she will. And then every time after you want to listen, you just say, Alexa, play Radio 434. It's really, really easy. And that works on all the Alexa-enabled devices. So if you've got Alexa through your Fire Stick, Fire Good, through your Amazon stuff, anything that's Alexa-enabled, Tab. I said Tab. She got Alexa for her Jeep. And it's a game changer. I'm going to tell you. She has an older Jeep. It doesn't have all the Bluetooth technology, and so the Alexa device is like the perfect thing to bridge the gap from old technology to new technology because it's all hands free. And since it goes through her phone, all she has to do is say, Alexa, play Radio 434 because it's already enabled at our house, and then voila, we play in her car, in the Jeep. So you can do that. There are so many people that are listening to us either on the browser or the old app, and they're just Bluetoothing it to their car stereo. They're just plugging in the aux cable if they've got an older one. And I recommend going and getting Alexa for your vehicle, enable our skill, and then just play it that way. And it's all hands-free. And you can even go to places like Auto Extras and update your head unit, update your car stereo to a new model that you can download apps directly to, or you can Bluetooth from your phone, all of that. So, or just buy a new car or SUV or CUV from CMA's Honda of Lynchburg, and it comes equipped with the Apple CarPlay or the Android Auto. So, anywho's, that's I'm done with the commercials. So happy you could join us on this Thursday edition. Littletown Players is going to be joining us on Theatre Thursday. Foster's going to be joining us from the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce. That and so much more. Plus, of course, your 5 random facts and your stupid criminals and your not headline news and all that junk that we do. So today is Galentine's Day. Do you remember the show Parks and Rec? Well, they celebrated this thing called Galentine's Day. It was just the ladies hanging out. Well, today is that day. It happens on the 13th. And here are the top qualities we look for in a gal pal. All right, we're going to talk about that, plus our top list. Top signs somebody is definitely not your Galentine. Okay, that's all on the way. Let's do this, since we're a little rushed for time this morning, and we got so many guests stacked up. Let's just go to a break. This portion of the broadcast is brought to you in part by CMA's Honda of Lynchburg.
Looking for a dealership you can trust?
CMA's Honda of Lynchburg is here for you. Our legacy of quality service speaks for itself. Drive away today in a Honda that's perfect for you. Trusted by the Lynchburg community for years. CMA's Honda of Lynchburg. Owners just care more.
Three Roads Brewery is Lynchburg's gathering spot. Enjoy the relaxed open atmosphere of the Lynchburg Tap Room with plenty of space to unwind, or outside on their expansive patio with friends and the entire family. Check out Three Roads games, arcade style, darts, and more. And of course, an excellent selection of craft beers brewed on site. Grab a Three Roads today at their tap room, 1300 Court Street, downtown Lynchburg. Their tap room in Farmville, or anywhere they serve great beer. Three Roads is also available at area convenience stores and supermarkets. And if they don't carry Three Roads, ask them to. Brewing community, Three Roads Brewery.
Join us down at the Lynchburg Community Market and experience all that one of the nation's oldest farmers markets has to offer. Grab some lunch from our restaurants and shops, or shop from our awesome selection of artisan, handmade goods in our crafters gallery. Swing by on Saturday to check out our farmers market, where you can shop from the freshest selection of local grown produce, meats, and more. The Lynchburg Community Market, located in downtown Lynchburg on the corner of 12th and Main Street. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 7 to 2 year-round. For more information, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Lynchburg Community Market.
The Mike Show on Radio 434.
Radio
434.
Hey Alexa, happy Galentine's Day. A day for ladies celebrating ladies. Isn't that fun?
Oh yes. Nothing screams empowerment like needing a whole holiday for validation the day before the real one.
Come on. It's about sisterhood, friendship, bottomless brunch.
Right. Because nothing says strong independent women like drinking too many mimosas and complimenting each other's shoes.
Good point. Not our monkey. Not our circus.
Gotta go. I need to remind someone to text their toxic ex at midnight.
The Mike Show. Thanks. All right. Galentine's Day is today. Happy Galentine's Day. It's like Valentine's Day, but for gal pals. A survey, a poll, and if you remember, it was the show, the TV show Parks and Rec. This is where it first debuted, where it was created, and it's actually really caught on. A poll for it looked at how many good female friends the average woman has. 26% said 3. 44% said 4 or 5. 26% said 6 or more. Here are the top qualities women look for most in those friends. Let's do it from the bottom up. That's the way I like to do it. Number 5 on the list, religious beliefs, 2%. Intellect, 2%. Being dumb isn't a deal breaker. A fun-loving attitude, 4%. A similar sense of humor, 28%. And then common interest was the number one quality. 60% said it was the most important thing. Google looked at some of the top Galentine's Day related stuff, and that people have been searching for, by the way. The top trending activity is dinner party. The top food, chocolate-covered strawberries. The top Galentine's Day drink women are Googling is a Shirley Temple? No alcohol? It's 7-Up or Sprite plus grenadine and a cherry. Now, if you add vodka, it's a dirty Shirley. Yeah. But we digress. Anyway, so with that brings us to our top list. Happy Galentine's Day, ladies. Hopefully you celebrate it with the right people, like girlfriends who don't match anything from today's list. It's our top list today. Top signs somebody is definitely not your Galentine. Okay, here we go. Number 1. You say tomato. She says, I had sex with your boyfriend. What? Top sign, somebody is definitely not your Galentine. She borrowed your shoes and never returned them. Same with your car. Yeah, same with your... Automobile. Yep. Top signs, somebody is definitely not your Galentine. Instead of holding your hair back when you puke in the toilet, she takes a picture and posts it with hashtag booze it and lose it. Yeah. Top signs, somebody is definitely not your Galentine. After you get dumped, she shows up at your house with a pint of Haagen-Dazs for herself. She's always playing hide and seek with your EpiPen. Top signs, somebody's definitely not your Galentine. You buy her gifts from Nordstrom. She buys you gifts from Nordstrom Rack. Top signs, somebody is definitely not your Galentine. After you catch the bouquet at her wedding, she insists on tossing it again so it's caught by somebody who actually has a shot at getting married. Top signs, somebody's definitely not your Galentine. Her response when you ask if she's got your back, she says it's too big. And top signs, somebody is definitely not your Galentine. Duh, she hasn't even noticed your new haircut. Anyway, the Mike Show.
You idiot!
Yeah, I know. Coming up, we have news and not headline news. That's all on the way. This portion of our broadcast. Here's something you can do for Galentine's Day. Jersey Mike's subs.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nerves pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea.
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
From brand new to lightly used, CMA's Honda of Lynchburg's got you covered. Shop our growing selection today and find our best deals on our entire inventory. That's savings on every single vehicle. And on our used cars, take 3 days to love it or leave it. Plus, we'll buy your current vehicle. Trade in with us and get an unbeatable offer. Start shopping and saving today. CMA's Honda of Lynchburg. Owners just care more.
It's the 5th annual United Way 5K on the Runway, taking place on Saturday, April 26th at 5 p.m. at the Lynchburg Regional Airport. The course is fast and flat, following the taxiway next to the main runway. Experience planes and all things aviation in this unique race to benefit the United Way of Central Virginia. For more information and to register, visit uwrunway5k.com.
The Mike Show on Radio 434.
Radio 434.
This is not headline news. Who Let the Dogs Out came out 25 years ago. So congratulate the Baja Men the next time you see them stocking shelves at Trader Joe's. The Backstreet Boys announced they'll have a summer residency at the Sphere in Las Vegas. That explains why all your aunts are planning a road trip. Seth Rogen is adamant about not wanting kids. Many parents are trying to tell him, without kids, it's harder to find the good weed. And the White Stripes have been nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Their contribution to the genre was proving that bass players are pointless. This is not headline news.
No, it's not. It's the Mike Show. So happy you could join us on the Thursday edition, or as we like to call it around here, Friday Eve. Taking a look at Tower Cam position number 4 on the video simulcast on Facebook Live at the Mike Show VA. There's the river. And yeah, I mean, man, oh man, it was still pretty slippery this morning. Most of the main roads were cleared off, but a lot of secondary roads, a lot of ice on tree limbs that were bringing those tree limbs down on top of power lines and transformers and things. So a lot of folks still without power today, and hopefully that'll get turned around. Hopefully that will not deter you from coming out to play the couples game tonight. We are going to be broadcasting live and on location. We're going to be at 3 Roads in Lynchburg today, and typically on a Thursday we would be doing our mic'd up pop-up concert series, but instead today we are bringing you, because it's Valentine's week and Galentine's Day right now, we're going to be playing the couples game. So we're inviting folks to come out and play with us. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it is the game show version of our creation. Okay, we have been playing the couples game in a shortened form. We've been playing the couples game at pretty much a lot of our live remote broadcasts. We haven't done it recently, and this I kind of wanted to develop it into like a full-length game show that we could play on location. We could take it to various venues. So this will be the very first time that we're playing it in its extended version. There are numerous rounds. We're inviting 3 couples to join us. So if you want to be one of the couples and you want to win some great prizes, including we have the 3 Roads tokens. We have Jersey Mike subs for everybody that participates. Plus, we're also going to have the prize wheel that anybody in the audience can win some prizes. But our grand prize, we've got a $50 gift card that you can enjoy dinner on us at the Virginian. So, or you can use it at Marigold, or you can use it upstairs in the Skyline, or down in the steakhouse, wherever you want. You can enjoy dinner on us, plus a gift card from the Academy Center of the Arts, so you can enjoy an upcoming show. Those are the grand prize for the grand prize winners. We'll have 3 couples, and we're going to do various rounds. We're going to ask them a series of questions, see who gets the questions, the answers right. The couple that matches the closest gets points. Then we're going to go to round 2. It's a collaborative round where they'll work together to solve some questions and problems and come up with answers. And then third round is an observational round where we'll ask, for the tallest couple, the shortest couple with the biggest feet, oldest couple, youngest couple, and we'll award points based on that round as well. It's going to be a lot of fun, really, really cool, and the first time that we've ever done this in full game show mode. So, and I don't know whether I should go all in and like wear the game show sparkly jacket and dress up for this, or if I should just go like I usually go. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're feeling our way through it for the very, very first time. So come on out and help us workshop this, because if successful, we're going to take this to other locations. We already have it scheduled at 3 Roads in Farmville on Saturday. Got a lot of folks are weighing in on the Facebook event page for the Farmville location. And then towards the end of the month on the 22nd, we're going to be at Ballad Brewing doing the couples game as well. That's a Saturday. So you got 3 opportunities, but if you're in the Lynchburg area, come on out and see us tonight and help us workshop. This is, again, very first time we're doing the full game show version of this. So it would be great to have a great turnout and have some support. So join us at 3 Roads tonight, 1300 Court Street in downtown Lynchburg from 5 to 7 with the couples game. All right. Let's talk automobiles. Yep. Here's something you may not have realized. The Ford F-150 has been the best-selling vehicle in America for 42 straight years. Yeah. The F-Series was first introduced 77 years ago, but for more than 4 decades, no vehicle has been able to dethrone it at the top until now. According to new data from Jatco Dynamics, well, I don't want to say. I'll read this information after we give the top 20. All right? Here's the top 20 best-selling vehicles in the U.S. in 2024. The Subaru Outback came in at number 20. I loved my Outback, by the way. Came in at number 20. Subaru Forester came in at number 19. And then the Subaru Crosstrek came in at number 18. The Chevy Equinox came in at number 17. Tesla Model 3 at 13. Toyota Tacoma, the pickup, came in at number 15. Ford Explorer at number 14. The Ram 1500 at 13. The Chevrolet Trax. What the heck is that? That came in at number 12. The Hyundai Tucson at number 11. GMC Sierra 1500 at number 10. The Honda Civic cracked the top 10 at number 9. Number 8, the Nissan Rogue. The Toyota Corolla at number 7, which, by the way, the Toyota Corolla is one of the longest-running and best-selling vehicles in the world. And we actually still have one that just runs great. The Toyota Camry came in at number 6. Chevrolet Silverado at number 5. The Tesla Model Y was the number 4 best-selling vehicle in 2024. The Honda CR-V, which is a fantastic vehicle. You can check those out at CMA's Honda of Lynchburg. That's number 3 on the list. The Ford F-150, which has been number 1 for 42 years, is the number 2 best-selling vehicle behind the Toyota RAV4. Personally, I like the Honda CR-V better. That's just me. The F-Series was introduced first 77 years ago, but for more than 4 decades, no vehicle has been able to dethrone it at the top. According to new data, the Toyota RAV4 finally displaced the Ford F-150 as the best-selling vehicle in America. Toyota sold more than 475,000 units of the RAV4 last year, edging out the Ford F-150, which came in second after selling just under 461,000 units. All right. Coming up, we are going to get really, really smart with your 5 random facts. This portion of our broadcast, though, is brought to you in part by CMA's Honda of Lynchburg.
Looking for a dealership you can trust? CMA's Honda of Lynchburg is here for you. Our legacy of quality service speaks for itself. Drive away today in a Honda that's perfect for you. Trusted by the Lynchburg community for years. CMA's Honda of Lynchburg. Owners just care more.
Hi, I'm Megan Huffman from Share Greater Lynchburg. Our website seeks to magnify, equip, and connect our local nonprofit community. You can find ways to donate, volunteer, shop for, or attend events for over 180 organizations. For more information, please visit our website, sharegreaterlynchburg.org.
On December 23rd, a fire next to the Free Clinic of Central Virginia's building caused significant damage to the clinic, leaving the entire building affected by smoke and fire damage. The building has been temporarily condemned as assessments are underway. Free Clinic is devastated to share that they will be closed for an extended period of time that is still to be determined. Please know Free Clinic is working tirelessly on plans to continue serving you in other locations as soon as possible. Your care remains their top priority. To the community and volunteers, they need you now more than ever. Please donate to Free Clinic of Central Virginia. Visit freeclinicva.org/donate for more information. Thank you for standing with us during this challenging time. Together, we will rebuild and continue serving our community.
The Mike Show on Radio 434.
Radio
434.
And now it's time for
5 random
facts.
Yep, that time of the day we cram your head full of usable information. You can tell it back wherever the heck you happen to be. We don't know where you go or what you do, and quite frankly, it's really none of our business. But if you say any of these 5 random facts back, somebody in the world is bound to say, wow, maybe. I don't know. All right, here we go. Number 1. Recipes can't be trademarked, but some can be ruled trade secrets, like the formula for Dr. Pepper or KFC's 11 herbs and spices. Trade secrets, not trademark. Number 2. Grover Cleveland, oh, I knew him well, is the only president who was also an executioner. Yikes. When he was the sheriff of Erie County, New York, about a decade before he became president, he personally executed 2 criminals. Yikes. Number 3. I don't think that's how it works. Number 3. A woman sued Quaker Oats in 2009 for false advertising when she found out that the crunch berries in Captain Crunch weren't real fruit. The judge dismissed the lawsuit. Number 4, but they will cut the roof of your mouth, man. Number 4, I still love them. Michael Jackson really wanted to play Spider-Man in a movie, but he knew he would never get cast. So in the 1990s, he actually tried to buy Marvel Comics to make it happen. Wow. Number 5. The spacesuits Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin wore to the moon in 1969 were actually designed and manufactured by Playtex. Yes, the tampon company. And those are your 5 random facts.
This has been today's edition of
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Random facts.
It is the Mike Show. Thursday edition, as we like to call it around here, Friday Eve. Coming up, we have sounds, and we're going to lovingly place them in your ear holes. That's all on the way. This portion of our broadcast, though, is brought to you in part by the United Way of Central Virginia. It's their United Way 5K on the runway. It's the 5th annual United Way 5K on the runway, taking place on Saturday, April 26th at 5 p.m. at the Lynchburg Regional Airport. The course is fast and flat, following the taxiway next to the main runway. Experience planes and all things aviation in this unique race to benefit the United Way of Central Virginia. For more information and to register, visit uwrunway5k.com.
Join us down at the Lynchburg Community Market and experience all that one of the nation's oldest farmers markets has to offer. Grab some lunch from our restaurants and shops, or shop from our awesome selection of artisan, handmade goods and our crafters gallery. Swing by on Saturday to check out our farmers market, where you can shop from the freshest selection of local grown produce, meats, and more. The Lynchburg Community Market, located in downtown Lynchburg on the corner of 12th and Main Street. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 7 to 2 year-round. For more information, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Lynchburg Community Market.
Three Roads Brewery is Lynchburg's gathering spot. Enjoy the relaxed open atmosphere of the Lynchburg Tap Room with plenty of space to unwind, or outside on their expansive patio with friends and the entire family. Check out Three Roads games, arcade style, darts, and more. And of course, an excellent selection of craft beers brewed on site. Grab a Three Roads today at their tap room, 1300 Court Street, downtown Lynchburg. Their tap room in Farmville, or anywhere they serve great beer. Three Roads is also available at area convenience stores and supermarkets. And if they don't carry Three Roads, ask them to. Brewing community, Three Roads Brewery.
The Mike Show on Radio 434.
Radio 434.
It is the Mike Show. It's the Thursday edition of the program. That brings us Foster from the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce. Hi, Foster.
Hi, how are you? Are you fully recovered from the sickness?
I never got the sickness. I didn't get it. I'm not down with the sickness. And neither is Tab. She didn't get it either. But our youngest daughter she was running a temperature for 2-3 days. And we did the C testing. I'm not going to say the word because it brings bad omens, but
yeah, it does.
And she was negative, so it's either just a really bad cold or a mild flu. But she was running a little bit of a temperature, so we kept her out of school for a couple days, and then she's still out today. So that she can recover. But the fever broke. She was not feverish yesterday in the afternoon, so thankful for that. But that's not why we're here.
That's not why we're here.
How have you been surviving the ice, the snow, and the power outage? You didn't have power for a while, and Brooke still doesn't have power.
I didn't have power. It's honestly, it was fine compared to the snow that we had in January. Okay. That knocked out my power, my parents' power, everywhere I could have fled for days. And wow. I know, and their generator went out at one point too, so it was just an extra kick. But it's been good. We have not been in the office because, like you mentioned, the plague is going around, and
it really is.
My better half has been knocked down for the last couple of days. So nice. we've been recovering. We had an amazing event last week, so we've got a little bit of breathing room to the next thing. So we've just been taking this week to reset, catch up on administrative tasks, finish up the community guide because that is almost done, and it feels good. So even though I didn't have electricity, I was bundled under those blankets and putting my keyboard to good use. There's something to be said about the Dark Ages. A lot of great things. There's something to be said.
A lot of great things came from that era, or at least emerged out of that era. But anyway, but again, that's not why we're here.
That's not why we're here.
Foster, each and every Thursday, either Foster or Kayla joins us from the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce, and they bring us a guest. Today is no exception. Foster, who'd you bring?
Today I have Brooke Gill with me, and Brooke works for the Alzheimer's Association serving Central and Western Virginia. And I'm really excited to hear more about what you do and what your organization does, Brooke, because that is such a huge amount of like service area. I just know that you guys have a lot on your plates, and you have a big mission too.
Absolutely. We serve about 52 counties in the area. And so a lot of families who are affected by this disease reach out to us for help. And we hope to make sure they know that we are available to help them, because we have education and we have support groups and we have a 24/7 helpline that has information to help them get through this journey with their loved ones.
Well, Brooke, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for all that you do. And did I hear you correctly? 52 counties?
Yeah, 52 counties. We have a very large footprint for our chapter, mostly rural areas, but, rural areas have barriers to healthcare in general, and Alzheimer's is also one of those pieces. So it certainly is maybe a smaller population, but still a greater need.
Absolutely. About how many folks would you gather are affected by Alzheimer's that have been diagnosed? Obviously, the families share a tremendous burden, but about how many folks do you serve?
So in America, we have over 7 million people with Alzheimer's.
Wow.
And I have to put some concept behind that, because it's just Alzheimer's when we say that. It's not all other forms of dementia. And that is only for the 65 plus population. Yikes. In the United States. So we aren't even counting the people who are getting that early onset and who have other forms of dementia. So that's a pretty big number just for that subset.
It is a huge number. My father passed away of Alzheimer's a number of years ago, and he had early onset with symptoms and signs as early as the age of 50. And I'm 57, and that scares the heck out of me, because if I have a moment where I forget somebody's name, and I actually had a moment where I was sitting there. Somebody asked me what my niece's name was, who was sitting right next to me, and I'm like, what? And I struggled for a moment. I'm going, what? And it wasn't that I couldn't hear them. It was I could not recollect what her name was at that moment. And I went, holy crap, is this what my dad went through? And so that scares me. And for my mom and my family members, I don't think at the time, this was years and years ago, I don't think that there were so many organizations and so much help out there available to families. And it's good to see that there is now. And it's good to see that there are organizations that are specializing specifically in certain areas of the disease. Identifying the disease and identifying ways of treating it have been leaps and bounds since my dad. This has been he passed away in 1998, and he had been suffering with it. He passed away at 66. Started out when he was 50, so do the math. It was a very long time ago. But now treatments are so much better. Your support groups are so much better. Tell us how that has progressed over the years.
Absolutely. So, back in 1906 is when Dr. Alois Alzheimer's found this disease. And it took us to 1996 to even come up with medications that could just treat the symptoms of this disease. And then back in 2023, we had our first medication, lecanemab, or Leqembi, as the marketing name. It is the first drug of its kind that has ever actually attack the biology of this disease, which means it's slowing the progression. It's not a cure. It's not going to stop it completely, but it will slow the progression of this disease in the early stages if you're diagnosed. So it'll give you a little bit more time during that period of this disease where you're still very much participating in life. And of course, diagnosing this disease has become easier as the technology has increased. We have technology now that the scientists told us at our recent international conference that can detect a grain of salt in the Olympic swimming pool. And that has allowed us to create more diagnostic tools to be able to be not 100% effective. And certainly you have to use things in collaboration to do a full diagnosis, but it allows us to be closer to that 90% diagnosis with a blood test that's coming down the pike that hasn't been FDA approved yet, but is out there. And then, of course, MRIs, CT scans, and PET scans, and cognitive testing, all those things together allow us to be about 90% effective in diagnosing this disease.
And what things and what medications or treatments are there to take preventative measures once you are certain that there is a diagnosis of it?
Well, what we want to do is start with prevention. So that's why we're, as an association, we're trying to reach younger people, because really right now, prevention is the best tool we have for this disease. And even if you're diagnosed, this is something that you can continue to do is lifestyle changes. We know that if you make significant lifestyle changes like eating right and exercising and checking your numbers, like your blood pressure, preventing diabetes, watching your weight, learning new things on a regular basis, we know you can reduce your risk up to 40% for getting dementia. We also know that we are showing studies that show this disease shows up in your brain 20 years before it shows outward symptoms that you start to recognize. So making sure that you're living a healthy lifestyle, and even if you're diagnosed, we know that it helps kind of slow the progression of the disease as well. And it's one of the best tools that we have. In fact, we have a U.S. pointer study coming out that we've been working on for 2 years this summer. And we are all very excited about what those results are going to show us about living that healthy lifestyle and slowing the progression of this disease.
Okay. Well, all very, very good information. Folks, you can learn more if you go to your website. The one that I'm at right now is alz.org. But I just did a search for the Central and Western Virginia Association page. Is that the direct link to it?
Yeah, so we have a chapter page, and then we have our broader national page. So you can go to the chapter page for local information about programming and support groups. And the national page is just, I always call it a rabbit hole of information. So if you want to dive down, you can find pretty much any information you want about this disease and people who are living with it and people who are treating it.
Well, we'll link this up on our broadcast on the Facebook page at The Mike Show VA. So folks can learn more. Folks can click on it if you yourself are concerned about this disease, or you have a loved one that you're maybe suspecting is having some diminished capacity, or if it's just something that's in the family and then you're concerned and you want more information, go to their website and we'll link it up on this broadcast. Brooke, thank you so much for everything that you do. And by the way, you have an event. You have a couple events coming up. So good that I remembered that. So let's share that information.
Sure. So on March 15th, we're working with the Lynchburg community, the Beard Center, and Thomas Road Baptist Church, and Runk and Pratt to have a conference for caregivers. It's called the Dementia Hope Conference. And we're going to be having some keynote speakers and some expert speakers in this area for caregivers. You can join us there. If you go to Thomas Road's website, they will have the link to get registered. But we're really hoping to spread really good information about this disease and how caregivers can walk this journey with their person. So we're excited to be in Lynchburg and providing this information to the local community.
Well, and we'll share that link up as well, so that folks can learn more and folks can register. Is there a cost to register, or is there a cost to attend?
So it's a $10 cost, but that covers lunch in the entire day. So it's 8 to like 4 o'clock. So it's a good, I think, for just getting a meal, that's a good price.
That's an amazing deal. Yeah, that's an amazing deal.
Yeah, so
Well,
it's March 15th, 8 to 4, and we'd love to have you come join us and learn more about this disease. The association will be presenting the latest in research. So if you want to know the latest what's happening in the research world surrounding Alzheimer's and dementia, we will be there presenting that in the breakout sessions.
Okay. All right. Well, Brooke, thank you so much for joining us and giving us some great information and all the fantastic work that you do. I can't imagine 52 counties of coverage and everything that you guys have to do and organize and coordinate. That is a yeoman's effort. So congrats on that. Foster, hello.
Hello.
So what the heck's going on with the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce?
Well, I will just talk very briefly. Brooke, I'm really excited to get to learn more about what you guys are doing. I think I have you coming on our podcast in 2 weeks, so we'll get to flesh that out more. But just to share a little bit about what we're doing, we have our annual legislative wrap-up breakfast on March 4th, so that is coming up in about 3 weeks. And that is from 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. Yes, it is early. Yes, you will be sleepy. We will feed you lots of coffee, lots of breakfast, and we'll be at Cedar Oaks Farm, which if you haven't been to Cedar Oaks before, this is a wonderful way to do so. And I always tell people, I love doing the legislative wrap-up there because we also have our annual gala there in September.
Yeah.
So you get like the spring sunrise over the mountains at the legislative wrap-up breakfast. And then in the fall, you get the beautiful leaves all over the mountains and you get the sun setting. So if you do both in the same year, it's like you're getting the full experience of Cedar Oaks. Not a lot of people there that early in the morning.
Yeah. You get to see both sunrise, sunset, and it's absolutely a stunning location. And
it is.
The one takeaway that I had was when Foster's going, oh my God, what the hell is he going to say?
Stop laughing, you make me nervous.
No. When we were at the gala, and the one thing that I noticed was there were no bugs.
No bugs.
Yeah. Everywhere else, everywhere we go, if it's outdoors, there are bugs everywhere, and there's stink bugs and there's all kinds of stuff. And this place, I'm like, wait a minute. There are none of these bugs that have invaded our town here. And I'm looking out at this beautiful field and this beautiful skyline, and I don't see one. So I don't know what kind of natural substances they're using to deter the bugs, but it's great. That was a nice extra added bonus.
Yeah, I mean, it is one of those places where it just feels special to be there. And I noticed that there are no bugs too because we had the back door. It's like the venue that we are at. It's clear cut so that you can see the peaks of Otter just beautifully. Mm-hmm. There's there's farmland. It's rolling. It's gorgeous. There's a wonderful walk up, and the building that we're at, where we're eating at, is paneled with glass, and at the back they have a roll up door. Well, the first 2 years that I did the gala, we didn't use the roll-up door at all. And I was like, well, it would just be perfect because it has the perfect view of the peaks and you could go out onto the patio without having to squeeze through the little door. And we opened it up the day before when we were setting up. And I was like, you know what? The weather is perfect. There's no wind. There are no bugs.
Yep.
Last thing you want to do is open it up and all these mosquitoes come in. It was perfect. And
no, it really was. It was great. So what, do you have to register in advance for the legislative wrap-up breakfast? And
yes.
And what is the cost?
So if you're a member, you get one complimentary ticket. We're really excited to be able to offer that this year.
Nice.
It's an excellent way to get to know your state legislators. We have 3 that will be there, and we might have somebody from the Attorney General's office. We don't know yet because everybody's schedules are so crazy. But if you aren't able to attend, I still encourage you to go to the webpage, and there is a Google form linked on there. You can submit questions. They might not be selected, but we will provide them to our moderator to potentially ask your state legislators. And if you click here on that page, Mike, you can actually go to the full webpage. I like to be able to design my own. The one that I have right there is just the little calendar link. I can't do a whole lot with that one. But there is a Google form. You can submit questions, whether they're related to your organization or the Bedford area or the region or the Commonwealth. I mean, they're coming to us to talk about the General Assembly session and what are some of the bills that they tried to get passed that didn't go through? What are some of the things that will be impacting our area specifically? And what do we need as a community, not only a business community, but as a whole to thrive? So it's a great way to get to meet these people and to find out what they can do for us and what they are doing for us.
Well, this is fantastic information, and yet another great way that the Bedford Area Chamber allows you to connect with folks like this, connect with your legislators. These folks work for you, so get in there, ask them questions, talk to them, meet them, and it's a great way too to network within your community. It's like a next level networking opportunity. So get your tickets, log on to bedfordareachamber.com, click on their events page, and you will find the legislative breakfast information. Gang, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time and information and everything that you do.
Thank you, Mike.
Absolutely. It is The Mike Show. Coming up a little bit later on, we've got your audio vault. Stay tuned for that.
From brand new to lightly used, CMA's Honda of Lynchburg's got you covered. Shop our growing selection today and find our best deals on our entire inventory. That's savings on every single vehicle. And on our used cars, take 3 days to love it or leave it. Plus, we'll buy your current vehicle. Trade in with us and get an unbeatable offer. Start shopping and saving today. CMA's Honda of Lynchburg. Owners just care more.
You gotta love the juice at Jersey Mike's. That zing of real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend is even better than the zing of a first kiss. No offense to Brenda DeMarche. It was a fine first smooch for me behind the bleachers. But there's nothing like when that zing of the juice hits your lips for the very first time. Years later, Brenda and I shared a Jersey Mike's sub with extra juice. We had a better time because neither of us had braces. Add a flavor zing with the juice. Jersey Mike's. A sub above.
The Mike Show on Radio 434.
Radio 434.
It is The Mike Show. It's the Thursday edition of the program, and that means it's Theatre.
Thursday.
D is over there. she wants to remain heard but not seen today, like in the Wizard of Oz.
A body with a voice.
Yeah, don't pay any attention to the lady
Girl
behind the curtain.
Corner. Yep.
Yeah, she's over there. Hi, everybody. So D, who did you bring us for Theatre Thursday?
We have some actors and the director, plus maybe a little more, from Littletown Players' upcoming show that opens on February 21st, which is the Buttercups Were Lovely That Year.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. And this opens when?
February 21st, next Friday.
All right. So coming up rapidly, Littletown Players. And folks, thank you so much for joining us. Pleased to be introducing yourselves.
Hi, my name is Megan Livingston, and I play young Earl Dean in The Buttercups Were Lovely That Year.
Hi, Megan.
Hi.
My name is Jack Crowley.
And Jack has a booming voice with no need to lean into the microphone.
I play Doc Holleran. I play 3 different age groups, which is kind of a challenge for me. But it's wonderful having our director, who is also the playwright.
Well, I want, before we go to David, I just want to mention you have an incredible voice. I'm going to say it again because this is take 2 on this segment. But you have, I mean, just a lovely booming voice, and you told us off camera and off air that you used to read the obituaries on the Bedford radio station.
Right, it was a little AM station, and it was funny because I used to live up in West Virginia just for a short period of time. My kids had moved up there, and it seemed like every day I'd be at work waiting tables, basically, and people would constantly say, do you sing in a choir, or do you have a radio show, or do something like that? And I said, no, but I'd really like to do that. I moved back here to Bedford, and there was an ad in the paper. They were looking for some announcers for the WBO. There you are. Yeah. And so I went in, and I got the job. I had a little
for obvious reasons.
Tremendous voice. And then you, sir.
I am David Walton, and I have the honor of directing this play that I happen to have written as well.
Okay, so we have really stepped it up.
Yes.
Steve,
yes.
How in the heck does this happen? That we actually have a playwright. And not often.
And in this area, he's a prolific playwright around here. I mean, how many shows is it now that you've directed that you had written?
I've directed 3. I've had 4 produced in the area, but I've directed 3. Well,
tremendous.
And at multiple theaters, too. I mean, he's really spread himself out, which is a testament to his playwriting.
Well, and David and everybody, thank you so much for taking time and welcome to the program. David, I'm going to start with you because, one, we very, very rarely get a writer on this show. And you may never come back. Who knows?
Oh, he'll be back.
Well, since I've been here before, I'd like to come back.
Okay, all right. Well, keep pulling you back in. So, David, tell us about, and I ask this question to our musicians, because we interview a lot of musicians and singer-songwriters, and so it'll sound very, very similar in question-wise, but, what is the genesis of writing anything, writing a play or writing a song? How does that work for you? And I know everybody's a little different, but how does that work for you?
Right. Well, I tend to write out of what I observe around me.
Okay.
And something will happen, or I'll see something, and an idea or a sentence will pop in my head, and that's where it comes from. Usually, usually that sentence is my title, which is sort of interesting. The title of what I'm going to write.
Okay.
And in this particular instance, it was in 2020. It was during COVID, and I live in the middle of a 400-acre cattle farm, and the buttercups bloomed beautifully that year. And I went out on the front porch one day, and I looked out. I said, "Gosh, the buttercups are just lovely this year."
And that was it.
I can work with that.
Well, tell us about the play. Tell us what it's about, and what we can expect.
Cool, thank you. This play is a drama. It's set in the 1960s. It tells the story of Earl Dean Beaufort Jarvis, who is an aging Southern belle who has either selectively or because of dementia has lost her memory. And her adult son, who has a checkered past and desperately wants her to remember him before it's too late. So that's sort of the meat of the story there.
Okay. And again, I asked a lot of our musicians this: is any part of this from real life? Any experiences that you've had, or is this a total work of imagination?
Right. In my profession, I'm a pastor of a local congregation. I have met many people who have suffered from Alzheimer's and dementia and family members in crisis. So the story, while it is a piece of fiction, does have some of these experiences.
Okay.
And I wanted to make sure that when I wrote it, especially in the instances in the play where the woman's dementia is being revealed, I wanted to make sure that it was accurate. So I reached out to some folks who are in the field and who know, and to check it for accuracy and to check for sensitivity, to make sure that I wasn't being insensitive to anything. And
that's great.
And I was blessed, and I was blessed that it seems to be very real.
Okay. This is fantastic. So how many folks are in the play?
I think last count was 21. Yeah,
it's a cast of 21.
Wow.
And because the play covers three decades: the 20s, the 40s, and the 60s.
Gotcha.
So we meet Earl Dean as a young woman. She is set in present time, and she remembers back on things. So we have a cast from 8 years old.
Okay.
And her children all the way up into more seasoned citizens.
Wow.
Yeah, there are a lot of counterparts, older and younger counterparts, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
So you don't see that a lot in theater. You see it a lot in film, but you don't see it a ton, and especially convincingly so in theater. So,
Meg, let's talk about your character.
Yeah.
And talk about, so you play young.
Yeah, I play the younger version of Earl Dean, and when I read the script, I totally fell in love with this character. We see her at the age of 20. We see her at the age of 45-ish. And then I even get to go into the second act and portray her like in her 50s. Yeah, in her 50s. And as an actress in her 30s, you don't often get juicy parts where you can really stretch your acting wings like that. Yeah. And it's been just lovely trying to find this character while also watching Sally, who plays older Earl Dean, or Earl Dean Sr., as we like to call her, and like connecting those two versions of the character together. Yeah. And it's really fun because every scene I go into, I have different life experience, different motivation. I'm at completely different parts of her life, and I get to tap into a lot of different emotions, and it's very thrilling as an actress to do this role.
Now, what was some of the more challenging parts of this particular role, and those particular iterations, I guess, of the age of the character?
Aging yourself.
Yeah. I think for me, she ages out of order in the show, and so I'm kind of jumping from middle age to young to older. So that's the emotions are very different there. So as an actress, like in that first change is very quick. So I have to go from middle age to young very, very quick. Gotcha. So that's like hard sometimes, and then I start out Act 2, and it's quite an emotional scene. And if you're not in the right mindset for that, it's very hard to authentically tap into those emotions. Yeah. So it's been a challenge. I wouldn't say a struggle at all. It's been a challenge, a wonderful challenge.
You're gonna make me cry.
You're going to cry if you come see the show.
Yeah, and it's not just our scene. Like it's
a three hanky play.
100%.
It's definitely a three hanky play.
I think we're going to call the episode "It's a Three Hanky Play." We name the podcast a different episode name every time.
There you go.
I cried in my audition, so like that's just kind of like sets the tone for my scene.
That happened in rehearsal last time we were together. I said, it's hard to make the director who wrote it cry.
Wow.
And it happened.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing. Now, what is your role?
I play a doctor. I start off at the first scene has to do with the birthing of Earl Dean's third child, son. And she's going through a little bit of a difficulty, and so there's at that point the doctor is I'd say about 30 years old, 35, something in that age range, along with Jack. I'm the husband.
Yeah.
So they're kind of on a friendly basis, you might say, but it's been a rough breach type of a pregnancy. So anyhow, that goes on. Later on, we have a scene. I play a much older, decrepit, you might say, or the Methuselah.
Yeah, referred to as Methuselah at some point in time. And he gets to come out and be older than he is.
Right, exactly. And then the final scene is a scene where Jack is kind of on the last legs of his life, and he's kind of explaining to him, what to.
What's coming up?
Expect.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of a very really a big challenge. I think the difference in the ages is more of a speed of delivery. I believe that has a lot more to do with it. But it's such a joy to have the director who is also the playwright, because as an actor you're always trying to kind of produce what the playwright has written, and you don't have that person to soundboard all.
Well, you got it now.
You got it now.
You get to ask every question you could possibly think of about your character and how they relate to others and all of that stuff, and so that's been super thrilling.
And it's also been interesting as a director, because one of the ways that I like to direct is let's do this collaboratively. How do you think? Because I'm not a woman.
Yeah.
So does it sound right in a woman? Would you say it? And if not, say it a way that is more comfortable.
And I'll say this about David. Buttercups was not on my radar for a project that I wanted to do this year. And then I got to do a table read for a different project of his, and I was so impressed with his ability to write a strong, dynamic, interesting female character. And so then I was like, oh, maybe I should check out Buttercups. So I asked him for the script, and I read it, and I was just like, I gotta do this one. I have to. So as much as David gets anxious about writing authentic female characters, he does it quite well. Like,
no, he really does. I did a
notes.
table read for a show, and I was so surprised that the singular female in it was so strong and brazen and powerful, really.
Yes.
I mean, she was running the show.
For all of us young ladies in our 30s and 40s, please continue to write
You make me
your
blush.
shows
You make me blush.
because they're so good.
But it takes a lot, I think, too, for a man, and especially a male player, any male writer to say, I heard him say to one of the actresses, like, I'm not a woman. If you see a line written a certain way and you feel it would be delivered differently, go ahead and have at it. And to relinquish control is,
We've had a lot of freedom to...
That's fantastic. Well, the one that's a testimony to the authentic nature of this play. So I want to ask, what is one of your favorite roles? And we'll ask each of you. And David, one of your favorite plays, I guess, or writers, or even just a role. Do you do any acting?
He does.
Okay. Well, then thank you for answering for David.
Yes, I have done acting.
Okay.
I prefer to direct, but I have done acting. I was in Bright Star because I love the show. And
well, let's talk about your favorite role, Meg.
Sure.
What was it? And
musical role is still Audrey from Little Shop. I don't think that's ever going to change. I really don't.
I cannot believe you said that.
No, but
you said that.
No, but I just see that, and I hear it in you.
Yeah,
so that's a perfect role for you.
That was tops for me when it comes to musicals, and I'm not over here like puffing people up, but I think Young Earl Dean is probably like the peak for me when it comes to plays at this point. Like, it's going to be really hard to top this for me. Just the content and being able to be a part of the world premiere, and I'm like the first person to do this role. Like, there's just so much ownership there, and it's really a unique experience.
When it goes to Broadway, your name will be in that playbill.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, every actor wants to originate a role.
Yes, like that's so juicy. It's so good.
Well, and that might be hard to top ever, but
it could be. Honestly, I think what could probably top it is if I get to do The Buttercups Were Lovely in 50 years and I get to play old Earl Dean.
Oh, wow.
Like,
full circle.
Like, full circle. Like, I think for me that would
really
probably be like the moment of being able to really complete that character and do the tail end of it as well.
Do the older version, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, do the older version.
Would that count as a role that you would aspire to play that you haven't had a chance to play yet? Are there any others?
Right now it's all whatever blessings are meant for me or meant for me. So I don't have my heart or eyes set on anything in particular. I'm just taking it one audition at a time.
Well, and David, I'll ask you the same question. Favorite role or play that you've done to date, and then a role or something that you would aspire to do that you haven't had a chance to do yet.
I have been Captain Keller twice from Miracle Worker. Once because I was cast, and the other because I was directing it, and I had to step in during Tech Week to take over the role. So that's a role that I'm most familiar with. I did love Daddy Murphy and Bright Star just because it's such a great show.
It's a beautiful show.
And I got to be a little bit of a bad guy.
Okay.
He was great in that.
Moving forward, I have a musical that I've written that's in production, or that's still in process.
Okay.
I got a music guy who's put together some amazing music for this play. That takes a little longer than the writing sometimes.
Sure.
But I am gasping to get that thing workshopped and produced somewhere.
Please, somebody pick that project up because it's a really beautiful project.
Do we have a name for it yet, or
we do?
Do we want to share that?
It's called Cleveland.
Okay.
Cleveland, the story of an American president.
Nice. Very, very cool. Looking forward to seeing how that progresses.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Well, and as it does, please come back and let's talk about that. And then you, sir, what has been one of your favorite roles? And then what's a role that you haven't had yet?
Claims to fame, you might say. I don't know, and I maybe shouldn't be saying about this. But when I was young, I got bitten by the acting bug when I was about 5 years old.
Okay.
My older brother worked for Arena Stage in Washington, D.C. area, and also did some dinner theater with the only theater. And he put on a show in the basement one day, and basically I got to light a candle and walk across the stage, and it was in our basement, and we invited all the neighbors in and things like that. But I got in a lot of trouble because I tried to set my sister on fire. I knew how to light, and one of the things I kind of liked about it was the fact that you got to do things that you never normally didn't have to do.
Like set your sister on fire. Or that you don't get to do.
Wow. So then I started doing. I did some things in school.
Yeah, kids, don't try this at home.
No. Work at an American theater company in Munich, Germany. I lived there for 8.5 years when I was growing up. And I got a talent agent. A lady was in the audience, and so I started doing a bunch of modeling and commercials and things like this, television.
Wow.
But also, the first movie that I was in was the last movie that Montgomery Clift was in.
Wow.
It was called The Defector. And I met him very briefly. I was just a young boy. He was hiding underneath the bridge, escaping. It was called The Defector from the Soviet countries. And the police were up on the bridge there with their guns and all this, and they'd come and get your dog, and I went and got my dog. That was the end of that. But then I also, a few years later, I did a movie, Heidi. I was the little organ grinder boy with a little monkey on my shoulder, which was kind of a fun production to have gotten involved in. That's my claim to fame. Actually, it was known more better known as the Heidi Bowl, because it came on during the last 2 minutes of a New York Jets Oakland Raiders football game, which was a playoff game, and they interrupted the show, and we're going to bring you Heidi. I'm the first person you see underneath the title of the movie. So I figured I was the most hated kid in America.
The most popular actor in America.
That's my heyday. But I've done so many different types of plays and roles, and started my own theater company and worked in Roanoke at one point.
It's tremendous.
Just briefly, it never really took off. But I was trying to just put shows into any space that had a big enough place to put a piano, put up some sets and whatever. And we did little one-act plays. And but for some reason, Roanoke didn't like having competition. So Mill Mountain Theater, every time I cast my characters, I ended up directing, acting, being in the shows, and teaching people how to act just because I didn't have enough,
Yeah.
But we auditioned. Anyhow, I could go on and on and on. But this is David's thing.
What's a role that you haven't played yet but would aspire to?
Well, my biggest dream was to always be a movie star.
Okay.
But I don't know. I just never quite made that. It's hard. This is a challenge for me. This show, I'm just an understudy, which is not just, but it's but so every role is kind of a challenge, and I think I just try to do my best and portray whatever character I can.
And I do want to say that I have directed. This is my 19th theater production that I've directed. I have never had understudies in the way that I have in this production.
Wow.
They have been dedicated. They have been there. They have shown up, and they're good. And they're all good.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Casting this show was tough.
Yeah,
it was very tough.
Which is one of the exciting things. We have a few exciting things happening with this show.
Yeah.
But we actually, the understudies get to have their own performance. So they've really been included. But David, why don't you tell us about some of the other exciting things
on opening night next Friday at 6:30, I'm inviting folks to come out for a meet and greet to ask questions like you've asked. How does this happen? If folks are interested in how they come together, we've got that going on. After the Sunday matinee performance on the 23rd.
Okay.
We have got, we're going to do a talk back. We've got Brooke Gill of the Central and Western Alzheimer Association who will be answering questions. And also she'll be joined by the Director of Nursing at Spring Oak at the Elks Home, who they have a long-term care facility there, memory care facility. So they will be also there to answer questions that folks may have.
Yeah.
Both Saturdays, we've got door prizes and things for people to win. Nice. So we're keeping our fingers crossed and praying for good weather, and we're going to have great shows.
Yep. And then the Wednesday between the two weekends of performances, there will be an understudy performance where all of the understudies are getting to play the roles we'll be putting on the entire show, and they'll be getting to play the roles that they've been understudying.
Wow.
So,
well, and we literally just had Brooke from the Alzheimer's Association on today, in an earlier segment. So this will be the common theme of today's show.
We'll tie it together.
Fantastic.
That's right.
Absolutely. It is. You can purchase the tickets now. It's Littletown Players. The Buttercups were lovely that year. If you go to Littletown Players on what's your website? LittletownPlayers.com.
Yes.
It is.
Just click on the season, click on tickets, and you'll be able to purchase tickets right there on the link, and we'll link that up on the broadcast.
Yes, awesome.
All right. Well, folks, thank you so much for taking time today. Really appreciate it, and looking forward to hearing all about your play.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And then the future stuff coming up. We're really excited about that.
I've got several that are in the works.
Nice.
Yeah.
It is the Mike Show Thursday edition coming up a little bit later on. We have your audio vault. Stay tuned. It's the 5th annual United Way 5K on the Runway, taking place on Saturday, April 26th at 5 p.m. at the Lynchburg Regional Airport. The course is fast and flat, following the taxiway next to the main runway. Experience planes and all things aviation in this unique race to benefit the United Way of Central Virginia. For more information and to register, visit uwrunway5k.com.
There's nothing like holding a freshly grilled Jersey Mike's cheesesteak. It's even better than holding a winning $1 million lottery ticket. For starters, Uncle Sam takes half. Then you buy some useless stuff, like a tiny suit of armor for your cat. And before you know it, your sister's cousins and Uncle Frankie come knocking on your door for handouts. Bing, bang, boom, you're back to zero. So if you want to play a winning number, order a number 17 Mike's Famous Philly. Freshly grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
The Mike Show on Radio 434.
Taking local, global radio. 4, 3, 4.
All right, let's open it up. It's your audio vault for today. Our collection of bits and clips and viral audio for your ear holes. I think you'll like it. Let's go directly to viral videos. Well, have you seen this clip yet? A guy on a horse got brutally clotheslined by a highway sign in Texas. Looks like he was part of the Houston Rodeo's annual Pony Express event, where they deliver invitations to state officials on horseback. He's getting a police escort, and his horse is galloping very fast. He seems to lean towards a highway marker sign, and bam! Here, listen to this.
Pony Express! Oh yeah, that's his teammate.
Yeah. He goes flying off the horse. Unfortunately, that's how the posted video ends. There's no word on how he's doing, by the way. And then there's this. Fishing should be relaxing, but not for this guy. He's fishing from a kayak in New Zealand when a great white shark started stalking him.
Great white shark. I'm out of here. There's a huge great white behind me. He's going at my rudder. He's still following me. He's got a distance, but he could swim up on me at any moment.
Great white shark. Sorry. I'm sorry. All right, today is Galentine's Day. Day when girlfriends are supposed to hang out without the guys around. It's a holiday that Amy Poehler made up on the show Parks and Recreation. Here is the scene that started it all.
What's Galentine's Day? Oh, it's only the best day of the year. Every February 13th, my lady friends and I leave our husbands and our boyfriends at home, and we just come and kick it breakfast style. Ladies celebrating ladies. It's like Lilith Fair, minus the angst. Plus frittatas.
Okay.
Nice beaver.
Oh, stop that.
You.
Stop it.
I just
Stop
had
it.
it stuffed. Let me help you with that.
Anyway, let's see. What is this? Oh, this is a montage of the rock artists. This isn't the announcement. Let me play this real quick. let's. Okay, so we're gonna see. Facebook is gonna mute that. Anyway, we'll just read it off real quick. Nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2025 were announced yesterday. Bad Company, the Black Crowes, Joe Cocker, Billy Idol, the White Stripes, Soundgarden. Do we have all the list? I mean, I mentioned it, so I might as well look and see if we have the entire list. Or was that everybody? No, it wasn't everybody. Okay. So, the nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2025 include Bad Company, Black Crowes, Mariah Carey, Outkast, Billy Idol, Oasis, Cyndi Lauper, and Chubby Checker. This year's first-timers, Bad Company, the Black Crowes, Joe Cocker, Billy Idol, Outkast, Fish, and Chubby Checker. So there you go. The rest of this year's nominees were Mariah Carey, Joy Division, New Order, Cyndi Lauper, Oasis, Soundgarden, and the White Stripes. So I wanted to get everybody in there. All right. How about this? If you had to guess the most watched SNL sketch on YouTube, what would you say it is? Well, surprisingly, it's not More Cowbell, even though that's an entire episode of a recent 4-part documentary about Saturday Night Live. It's actually Porn Teacher, with Amy Schumer spoofing most teachers in porn, or so we've been told. Here's part of the racy sketch with Schumer, Kyle Mooney, and Addie Bryant?
Okay, class. Any questions? No? Okay, make sure you study hard this weekend. You're dismissed. But not you, Ricky. You stay. You're in hot water. Ricky, you failed the test. You need to be taught a lesson.
Yeah, okay. Thanks. Where's the music? Oh, the music went away. Good. That would have been a good transition if it was playing. Anyway, it has more than 106 million views. The second is Black Jeopardy with Tom Hanks, and the third is Harry Potter, Hermione Growth with Lindsay Lohan. Anyway, 50th anniversary of SNL is on NBC this Sunday night. The actual anniversary of the first show is October 11th, 1975. So that's why it's SNL, meaning Sunday, I guess. We wrap up Audio Vault. Oh, no. Let's do this. We got one more. The United States Coast Guard has released what they believe is the sound of the Titan submersible imploding. The Titan was carrying 5 passengers into the depths of the Atlantic Ocean to visit the wreck of the Titanic. Here's the recording. That was it. It's just a low rumble. It was nothing like the movie sound effect. We wrap up Audio Vault with a comedian. Today's no exception. Here's Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry? On confusing movies.
A lot of movies I see, it doesn't seem like they care if we can even follow the plot. I'm the kind of guy, I have a lot of trouble with these movies like Jason Bourne, Mission Impossible. I'm the guy you always see in the parking lot after the movie talking with his friends going, oh, you mean that was the same guy from the beginning? Oh, that's why after he stole the money he had the fake nose and the beard and then he didn't. Oh! Did you enjoy the movie? Yes, I'm enjoying it here in the parking lot. But in there, I didn't know what the hell was going on. Nobody will explain anything to you in a movie theater once you get confused. What is happening now? Shh. Just pay attention. Why did they kill that guy? I thought he was with them. They had to. Would you just watch the movie? I am watching the movie. I don't understand anything. You know as much as I do. I know nothing. Is this a space movie? Is it a Western? I am lost in this movie. I hate this movie.
hate you too.
All right, that's your audio vault for today. Let's reach over here and lovingly grab the handle, but firmly and with vigorous passion. Just give it a tug. Keep all that sound inside. Coming up, we're going to get even more stupider with your stupid criminals in .news. And we've got some good news for you as well. This portion of our broadcast is brought to you in part by Jersey Mike's Subs.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Hi, I'm Matt Bright, the new owner of CRI Digital Impressions, and I'm excited to announce a new chapter in the century-long history of CRI. Mutual Press was founded in 1927, and in 1973 it merged with CRI to become CRI Mutual Press. In 2002, it was renamed CRI Digital Impressions. I also own Bright Images, which has provided print and media services to the area since 1995. Yes, there is a new owner and a new location, but the same commitment to quality and service. In fact, quality and service are the cornerstones of my business philosophy. Quick turns and service with a smile. From business cards to banners and pamphlets to paperback books, we can provide all your printing needs. Call, visit us online, or stop by our location at 3022 Memorial Avenue, Lynchburg. We look forward to serving you.
From brand new to lightly used, CMA's Honda of Lynchburg's got you covered. Shop our growing selection today and find our best deals on our entire inventory. That's savings on every single vehicle. And on our used cars, take 3 days to love it or leave it. Plus, we'll buy your current vehicle. Trade in with us and get an unbeatable offer. Start shopping and saving today. CMA's Honda of Lynchburg. Owners just care more.
The Mike Show on Radio 434.
Radio 434.
All right, time once again for stupid criminals in .news. All right, Florida man. Do lawnmowers need license plates now? Maybe in Florida. Police near Fort Myers are searching for a guy who tooled around on a riding mower last Friday and destroyed multiple mailboxes. Several security cameras got it on video. Looks like he was probably drunk. He crashed into one mailbox so hard it flipped him over the front of the mower. Good Lord. Then he stumbled around in a ditch for a while, hopped back on, and drove away. It's not clear how many mailboxes he destroyed, but police are still trying to identify him. All they know is he's a Steelers fan. He left his Steelers hat and a pair of sunglasses behind. They're not sure if he was hitting the mailboxes on purpose or if he was just that drunk. Maybe it looks like both. Here, we have, we have witnesses and neighbors talking about it.
Florida man, episode 2860.
He should be arrested and thrown in jail for driving while intoxicated on a lawnmower.
Absolutely disgusting, but it's so funny. I could watch it 100 times.
She said this is probably going to be the most Floridian experience you've ever experienced.
I hope you at least paid for these mailboxes to be fixed.
Be a man and turn yourself in.
Yeah. All right. There's good news in the world, and we like to share it during this particular segment because there is so much stupidity. A 70-year-old man named Daniel Valer just got to meet up with the nurses and first responders who saved his life. He had a stroke. He spent 48 hours on his bathroom floor. He finally managed to crawl close enough to his phone to ask Siri to call his daughter, who then called 911. Here's Daniel talking about the scary episode.
I couldn't crawl. I was on a tile floor and it was slippery and oh my God, it was just very, very scary. If this would have happened without it, I wouldn't be here. I've never been so happy to see two human beings in my life. They got me up. Definitely, I didn't want to leave my daughter. I wanted to live. Be conscious of your heart. It's the only thing in your body that works 24/7, 365. And if you don't have it, you're not going to live.
There you go. That is the good news. The good news is brought to you in part by the United Way of Central Virginia. They've got their United Way 5K on the runway coming up. It's the 5th annual United Way 5K on the runway taking place on Saturday, April 26th at 5 p.m. at the Lynchburg Regional Airport. The course is fast and flat, following the taxiway next to the main runway. Experience planes and all things aviation in this unique race to benefit the United Way of Central Virginia. For more information and to register, visit uwrunway5k.com. All right, well, let me change the banner real quick. And then, let me do this. Oh, yeah, so I still have that up. So let me share the screen, click on that. Join us tonight. We're going to be at 3 Roads, 1300 Court Street in downtown Lynchburg for the couples game. Yeah, ordinarily on a Thursday night, we'll be doing the Mic'd Up Pop-Up Concert Series. Tonight, we're changing it up, and we're doing the couples game show style. We're going to be inviting 3 sets of couples to come on up and join us. And you don't have to be in a committed relationship. It doesn't have to be the prototypical couple. Just choose your partner wisely, though, because and again, as long as you know a little bit about that person and have had some experiences together, it could be a Galentine's. You could be really good friends. But anyway, the point is, we're going to do the couples game. Winners will have a chance to win some great prizes, including a $50 gift card to the Virginian. You can either have dinner at any of their restaurants or use it towards whatever you want to use it towards. Plus, we've got a gift certificate to the Academy Center of the Arts for the grand prize winner. But it's going to be a lot of fun. If you think you know your couple, if you think you know your partner, and you want to play our crazy reindeer game, come on out and join us tonight for happy hour between 5 and 7 at 3 Roads, 1300 Court Street in downtown Lynchburg. Well, that is it. That is the program. We are back tomorrow.
Goodbye. Don't come back.
No, we're back for the Finally Friday edition of the program. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks for tuning our way, and if you're listening in your car right now, thanks for the ride.
Scotty, beat me up.
We'll see you here again tomorrow.
Who's going to do the dishes?